are Charlie Kirk means something more to me. If you say it, and you say it.
Yeah, Megan, what exactly does it mean to you? And she would say that it means everybody can speak up, everybody can have a voice. But you couldn't under Charlie. Charlie was the only one that was allowed to have a voice. He knew it. He did. Most especially every time when 2020 election came around and when 2024 came around. It was obvious on TikTok. Like, there was none of your For You page would come up. It was all Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Because they had to highlight him as some, like the only one speaking up when there was tons of MAGA people speaking up. But more importantly, because Megan goes on to say, if you say it, if you say it, if you say it, their mantra, which I won't say, which is why I've pushed hard, we are Trump. And then that side would say, but Charlie Kirk was close to Trump. I don't care. His movement was different. His movement was Christian nationalism. He changed between 2022 and 2024. They have tried to put out that he had this divine calling to change, to save America. No, he didn't. He started out just as somebody backing him, the Tea Party backing him. And it was because he was a good speaker. And he was, would cause debates in school, like in the cafeteria over stuff. And so, yeah, of course, the Tea Party, people on the radical right would notice him and want to, and you can twist it all you want, but he was sending a good message, not if you're twisting the Bible. It goes back to what Jesus said about where is it rooted, because where it's rooted, it will produce that same thing. So if it's rooted in falsehood, it will produce falsehood. You either go with Jesus's criteria or you don't. So, but they wanted this to become a mantra. And that became very apparent to me. I'm like, what is this crap? Because his movement was different. Even if, let's say, Trump, because at this moment he's embracing the radical right. Even if Trump supports Christian nationalism, even if he did, the majority of his base does not. Because it's against God's will. But you would only know that if you knew God. These people do not know God, sadly. Which they want people to repeat this mantra, and I won't say it. Which is why I said, no, we are Trump. The Trump of God, what it means is, it's the army. It's the army of angels. It's the army of God, the army of God. It's Trump, trumpet, it's throughout the Bible, but specifically Trump of God is the calling of the, people to, like they would the military. It's time to, step up and speak up and be the Trump of God. Be the truth tellers. But they wanted, and still are trying to push their mantra. Their mantra is something very different that has nothing to do with Christianity, and it has nothing to do with the biblical God. Which is why they don't know God. So, just goes to show you there's a reason they want you to say it, as Megyn Kelly says, if you say it, and you say it, and you say it, well, it just reinforces. And then everybody will say it, and then it will become more reinforced. And then that army that is not, even though they don't know it, is not the Trump of God, is a whole other army of something else, which is why they wanted you to say, we are. If you want to be a part of the army of God, which is speaking up and saying the truth, then you would never say anything other than, we are Trump.